Alright, so the first ever image from Avatar The Seven Havens just dropped, and it flips the whole legend on its head. So in the next few minutes, we're going to go over a very simple breakdown of the brand new first look at Avatar The Seven Havens. We're going to unpack what is in the image, who the new hero is, or should I say two heroes, where the story sits in the timeline, and everything else you need to know about Avatar The Seven Havens and when we're going to see it. So the reveal happened at San Diego Comic-Con just a few days ago. Nickelodeon and Avatar Studios, which is led by Mike and Brian, showed a single image that does a lot of heavy lifting in one frame. It shows the new avatar named Parvi, who starts life as an earthbender. She is standing with her mentor, who wears the colors of the airbenders, and also a four-legged animal companion named Geet, which is a monkey hybrid that fits right into the Avatar tradition of weird but lovable pets. Now, Parvi follows Korra in the Avatar cycle, which means Earth is up. The world around her looks harsh and sandy, which hints at a setting where survival is a daily job. Now, we know from leaks and from other pieces of information about the show that Korra kind of destroyed the world. Now, this was a massive controversy. Everyone had an opinion on this. People loved it. People who hated Korra loved it. People who loved Korra hated it. It was an absolute bloodbath, but we don't know anything really confirmed, set in stone yet. So we're not going to make any massive predictions right now, at least I'm not. So speculate about it in the comments, but just be cautious. We don't know much yet, but it's pretty much said that Korra will have destroyed the world in some massive event, but she was trying to save the world, but in that process, she actually destroyed it. So we don't know what that is. It definitely has to be something spirit related, spirit world related, maybe something to do with the spirit portals at the North and South Pole. We really don't know, but if Korra destroyed the world, that's going to cause a lot of controversy. But regardless, that leaves us with Parvi. Now, the world is in the art style, which looks familiar but new. The co-creator Brian Konietzko has said that the team is drawing on Mobius and other classic 90s anime for a more otherworldly feel. That matches what you see with the clean lines, the warm earth tones, and a horizon that looks huge and lovely. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this art style. I think it's a bit of a downgrade from Korra's really modern and Korra just looked great. Everyone loves the first series, which I love too, but the one thing that Korra really got right was the animation. The 3D mixed with 2D, just the bending fights looked amazing and the art style looked amazing, regardless of what you feel about the story. Now, one little other tidbit for longtime music fans is that Jeremy Zuckerman, the composer behind the sound of both Aang and Korra, is confirmed to be back for this third Avatar series. This means that this should feel like home, even as the world changes around us. Now, of course, Seven Havens is set after the death of Korra because we're in the next Avatar in the Avatar cycle. The official logline says that the world has been shattered by a huge cataclysm. A young earthbender learns that she is the next Avatar, but in this era, the title marks her as humanity's destroyer, not its savior. She is hunted by human enemies and spirits. Along the way, she must uncover her origins with her long-lost twin and try to save the Seven Havens, the last strongholds of civilization. That is the foundation, and it's a bold one. And also another really awesome thing is that the production order is big. There are 26 episodes split into 2 books. Book 1 and Book 2, each 13 half-hour episodes for each book. The original creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko are back at the wheel on the series, which is a big upgrade over what we saw in the Netflix series, which quite frankly was just not good enough. And we know that the original creators left very early in that series due to creative disputes. Now, I've heard what those creative disputes are. I can't say them, but I don't know. I don't think you guys would have liked what the original creators' vision was for the Netflix show, but certainly what we got also wasn't the best. Now, let's get into why this absolutely changes everything for the Avatar universe. Avatar stories usually start with hope. The Seven Havens start with fear. When a world sees the Avatar as a warning sign instead of a helper, every choice gets harder. That tension is baked into the story. It changes how the leaders react to the Avatar, it changes who will hide her and who will chase her, and it opens the door to spirit politics that feel less friendly and are way more dangerous. There is also the scale of the setting. The Seven Havens is not a random title. It points to a map that has shrunk. 7 pockets of life are left after the disaster which Korra caused. That turns travel into a quest for safe paths, and it gives clear stakes as they're traveling across the world. If a haven falls, the people fall with it, the people die. The Avatar's role as the protector of the world is, in this sense, really the truest it's ever been. The title gives the show 7 anchors to build toward and defend. Now, as for the main villain of the show, we don't know much, but we do know the rumors say, this is not confirmed at all from this presentation, but the rumors say that Parvi has a twin called Nisha, and one of them is going to be the light side, obviously Parvi, and Nisha will be the dark side one. Now, we don't actually know if this is going to be that separate Avatar, Dark Avatar cycle created by Unalaq in Season 2 of Avatar Korra. I don't think so, because that was kind of destroyed, that Avatar line was destroyed, and he was pretty much defeated in the Avatar state. If you want to put it that way, that whole season was a mess. But I don't think it'll be that, so maybe it's just a twin sister where the Avatar essence is split. That's another big rumor. We're not confirmed on that. We don't know if one will have 2 elements and the other will have 2 elements, or if both will have 4, or if the other one will not have any, but will still be the twin of the Avatar Parvati. We don't know anything yet, but these are the rumors that have been going around. So stick around the channel if you want to hear speculation on that, because this is a really fun time to be an Avatar fan. Being able to speculate, being able to really theory craft on what could happen in this next series is just one of the best parts of Avatar. But now, here is the big challenge facing the show and the fandom. You want a new Avatar to feel fresh, but you also want it to feel like Avatar. That balance gets harder when the world treats the Avatar like a curse. Parvati is a kid with the weight of 4 elements on her shoulders, well, it might be 2, and the eyes of the world on her back. That can make the tone drift too dark if the writing is not careful. It can also unlock some of the best character work that this franchise has ever done, if the team threads the needle. As I say, the character development of any character can be amazing, but it's all to do with writing. It's all up to the writers. Now, there is also a second hurdle. The fans want a date. Reports point to 2027, but the studio has not nailed that down. That creates a time gap between the hype and the release, which means that the marketing has to keep interest alive without giving too much away to the fandom, but also not letting the spark die. On top of that, even basic setting details like the name of Parvati's starting city are being reported by some outlets, yet not listed in the main studio notes. Expect more confirmations as we pass key events and trailers. Now, I don't know any of the names that have been said for the cities. I don't think any of them are credible, but if they are credible, you'll get a video about that immediately on this channel. So make sure you subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with everything to do with the series. And let us map the world and the image that is being hinted at, along with what the official lines tell us, and then let's add some clear questions that can bring us into the speculation part for this series. The sand and light suggest a harsh climate. You can almost feel the heat coming off the ground. The Mentor's robes signal airbender roots and maybe a link to the White Lotus, who have guided avatars across all of the eras. Now, we also know that this is an Earth avatar, so that obviously backs that up, so this should be somewhere within the Earth Kingdom. The shot feels quiet, which makes sense if people are hunting the avatar and she is living on the edge, hunted and hated by everyone because of what Korra did. The color script sets a tone of survival and secrecy. Now, the music matters here, and obviously I can't play the music for not wanting to get absolutely sniped off the platform, but it looks like it shows that the creators have a cohesive creative vision from the last 2 series into this one. Zuckerman's return means that the soundscape can swing from playful to spiritual to scary in a snap, just like it did in the other 2 series. That range is perfect for a story that moves between human threats and spiritual threats. Fans remember the way a single leitmotif can twist your heart, and they should expect more of that. If you're a Star Wars fan, you know exactly what that means, and even if you like the soundtrack of the original Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, the art style, that's not a small change at all. Konietzko's note about Mobius and 90s anime, that tells us that you should expect bigger skies, stranger shapes, and a world that leans a bit more into myth. It's a smart way to show a setting that has been broken and rebuilt. It's also a neat match for the story that questions old rules. However, I'm still not a fan of it, and I want your opinion in the comments. What do you think of this new art style? It kind of feels more, I don't want to say more childish, but it definitely feels somewhere in between Korra and Avatar, but somehow worse than the original artwork of The Last Airbender. I don't know. I'm not willing to judge it yet just off one frame. It could look awesome when animated, so we're gonna have to wait for that. But I'm ready to see it. Guys. Please show us more. So what could the 7 Havens actually mean in the title? It could mean 7 safe cities or regions left after the cataclysm, which if true, each could carry a different cultural mix of the previous 4 nations, which now don't exist anymore, and each could have a different risk. And that could give us a show of mini arcs that build to a final stand, and it could give us so much potential to explore how when different cultures mix, we get a different final product. That could be awesome. It could be 7 shrines or spirit anchors that need to be protected from the evil forces of the world. That would pull the Avatar deep into spirit politics, and it would create the impetus to travel deep and far around the world. It would also let the story explore what balance really means when people are scared, and it could give us a do-over for season 2 of Korra, which was not the best. Or it could be a mix of both, where each haven holds a piece of history and a piece of power. That would mirror the original series where travel and growth move together. And that's pretty much all we know about the series so far from official sources, and also a bit of the leaks sprayed in there. I don't want to say too much from the leaks. But if the past is any guide, expect the next big info drop to come from either a small teaser image set or a short teaser video that confirms a few nouns, city names, key groups, a small taste of spirit design, and then a longer trailer that comes closer to the release window. With 2 books locked, don't be surprised if book 1 has a clear quest and structure, and book 2 pushes into the heart of the cataclysm and the twin storyline. And I really hope they get more than 2 seasons. We know that Korra absolutely, they were going season by season until season 3, so let's hope that doesn't repeat. That's everything we know. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you want to know more, subscribe to the channel. I'll be covering everything from the show. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.